You all may be seated. Okay, Ms. Ford, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I came here to request to be taken off child support.
All right.
My child is almost 18 right now. I'm still sending CashApp, still taking care of my child, so I'm just confused on how the child is about to be 18. He's in the house with his new fiance, two-parent home right now, well, 2 incomes, and I feel like I just need to be taken off.
All right, so you came to court to ask to be taken off child support because he has...
All right, guys, buckle up. This case starts like any other until it doesn't. We've got a mother standing before Judge Vonda B, asking to be removed from child support. Her son's almost 18, living with his dad, who's remarried with 2 incomes. She says she's been sending extra money, clothes, even helping with school costs, and now she's tired of paying twice. But here's the tricky part. The court doesn't rule on feelings, it rules on facts and law. From the jump, there's tension between what's emotionally fair and what's legally required. Was this a mother seeking justice, or trying to rewrite an order that no longer served her? Let's see how Judge Vonda handles this one.
A 2-parent income?
And because I do take care of my child.
All right, so what's the legal basis that you're asking to be removed from child support?
What am I paying child support for when I can take care of my own child? My child is just currently living with him because I'm on the road due to my business and entertainment and stuff like that. But as far as cash apps and financial responsibility, I do that without him. My child is almost 18, so I don't feel like I need to go through him for everything.
Okay. What grade is he in?
He's a senior, 12th.
He's 17, but he's a senior?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha. When does he graduate?
In May.
All right. Okay. Is there anything else you want me to know before I move over to him?
No, I just feel like he's a user and I'm taking care of him and his new fiance.
How is he a user?
He's still allowing me to pay child support for a kid.
I understand you're under a court order to pay child support. That's not necessarily something that he's doing. That's what the court did the first time. You understand that, right?
Yes, but I just feel like he could have denied it or even spoke up and told you guys that I'm taking care of the child financially.
Why would he do that?
Because he don't need my money. I'm taking care of my own child.
Well, let's play devil's advocate a little bit. Will you have done that for him if the roles were reversed?
Yes.
The mother confidently lays out her story. She says, I'm paying through CashApp. I'm providing for my child. He's nearly 18. She's not dodging her duties. She's questioning why she must go through the father when she's already covering the expenses directly. It's a fair point emotionally, but legally, child support doesn't end until the court says it does. Judge Vonda reminds her calmly, you're under a court order. That moment matters. It's the line between fairness and legality. Then comes the emotional sting. She calls the father a user. Suddenly, this isn't just a legal debate. It's personal. Is her frustration really with the system or the man benefiting from it?
Yes, ma'am.
You would have opted not to put him on child support.
If he's already provided financial responsibility, exactly, I wouldn't have done that.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
Okay. I don't know. I see a lot of things when I'm sitting up here, right? So I can't necessarily say you would have done it or you would not have done it, but people in your certain circumstances, I can't say that I've seen them willingly not put the guy on child support when the roles were. See why that even matters, that you take care of your child, the child lives with him, so you should be paying child support. You'd agree with me, right?
I mean, my child don't have to technically live with him, but you're the judge, so whatever you say.
But he does. I mean, technically, no, he doesn't, but he likes living with his dad, right?
Yes, I agree.
Okay, so you wouldn't want to unroot him from living with dad if he likes being over there. No, you agree with me?
I agree.
Okay, all right.
Judge Vonda flips the script with a piercing question. Would you have done the same if roles were reversed? The courtroom goes still. That single question digs deeper than money. It exposes motive. The mother insists she'd never take child support if he were providing, But Vonda's experience shows skepticism. She's seen this story before. Parents who say they wouldn't, but do when power shifts. This exchange shows why Judge Vonda stands out. She doesn't chase emotions, she seeks patterns. The mother's reasoning wavers, realizing her argument might not meet legal weight. Was the judge testing her honesty or calling out a hidden double standard?
So, is it okay if I move over to him, or you done telling me everything you want me to know?
Yes, ma'am. With just one thing. So even if I'm not taken completely off, I do feel like it do need to be decreased, especially with his age. He doesn't need childcare or anything of that nature. So I will be requesting a decrease if it can't be just thrown out the court order.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else? He lives with you.
Yes, ma'am.
And how long has he been living with you?
Pretty much all the way up till now, pretty much.
So even as a child from the time this order was entered?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And is it true what she's saying, she give extra outside of paying child support?
I mean, she does. I mean, it's a little bit here and there, but, you know.
How much child support are you receiving right now?
It's roughly around, it's probably about 700. I do.
All right. How much is your health insurance?
Between, let's see, it's around about 350.
For your son only, or does that include the both
That's
of you?
with both of us.
Okay. All right. So if we split that in half, it's 175 a person, right? Okay.
Now it's Dad's turn, and his tone is cool and composed. He says the son's lived with him almost full time, that he covers insurance, sports, and daily costs. When asked if Mom helps with extras, his reply, a little bit here and there, seems casual, but in court, words like that carry weight. Because legally, extra gifts or random contributions don't count as formal child support. Judge Vonda listens sharply, reading between the lines. Is Dad downplaying her support, or is Mom overstating it? This is where credibility forms, where perception can outweigh paperwork.
And your son is 17. He's still in high school. He graduates high school in May.
In May.
All right. What other expenses does he have? Like, is he involved in anything extracurricular?
Sports, I mean, he plays basketball, track.
Who pays for basketball?
Me.
Who pays for track?
Me as well.
Help out at all with any of those extra expenses?
I mean, no, not really.
Wow.
Well, she says she's seen CashApp and such.
I mean, that's, here and there, It's here and there, it's not, yeah.
But sending extra outside of the $700, that counts for something, right?
Count for some, yeah. I mean, but I feel like, he's with me most of the time, so I feel like, What is her visitation like with your son? She comes with 2 or 3 times a week, sometime, or he'll stay with her 3 times a week, something like that.
Okay. So is that pretty consistent?
Yeah, it's consistent.
All right.
Things get interesting fast. Their stories start clashing. Mom swears she buys clothes, shoes, and uniforms. Dad insists he does. But then Mom drops her ace. CashApp receipts showing she sends money straight to her son. That shifts the energy. Legally, it doesn't automatically change her obligation, but it adds moral weight to her case. Judge Vonda knows this isn't about who's lying. It's about how both are telling partial truths. Mom's proof shows effort, but it also highlights poor communication. She's helping, but not through the system. Did she just prove her love, or her lack of coordination?
So consistently, I'm back over to you.
Thank you.
Consistently, what does your visitation look like?
Anytime that I'm in Dallas, I'm spending time with my child. And he also does not provide any clothing or anything of that nature for him.
He lives with him, so he has to be.
No, ma'am. I drops all that off. I'm a fashion designer and I have my own clothing line. So my child is all needs for basketball, uniforms and stuff. I cover that. When he needs shoes,
He just said he pays for it.
maybe the training, but as far as his equipment and shoes and stuff, my son asked me for the money for that, and I send him the Cash App. I even have the proof. So,
Does she do that?
I'm paying for that stuff. I don't know what she's talking about.
Well, somebody not telling the truth.
Ma'am, I have Cash App receipts to show that I send money for uniforms, sneakers, wristbands, anything, movies,
He's still a child. We don't
Yes.
want to do that. But somebody is not being honest. If she's saying she's sending you money through Cash App, are you putting in the memo line like what it's for?
No, I'm sending it to my son directly.
You're
he has
sending
a
it
bank
to the
account.
child
Yes.
directly. So maybe you just don't know that she's doing that.
I guess that's the case because I don't know anything about that.
What are you paying for exactly?
As far as, uniforms, his everyday, food, clothes, everything.
Judge Vonda keeps things grounded. She asks if mom includes memos on her Cash App payments, and mom admits she just sends them to her son, not to dad. Legally, that's a problem. Money sent directly to the child doesn't count toward a court-ordered payment. It's a classic co-parenting trap, mixing generosity with technical mistakes. Dad admits he didn't even know about those payments, showing this case isn't about deception but disconnection. Both parents are helping, just not communicating. And that's the bigger story here, not neglect, but misalignment. How many families argue over money when the real issue is communication?
Legally, you cannot come off of child support just yet. Reason being is that a child that is the rule is you pay child support for a child up until they turn the age of 18 or until they graduate high school, whichever one happens later. Your son is 17, he's still in high school. He doesn't graduate for another few months. So he graduates high school. Do you understand that? That's what the law says, all right? Now, what I do think is very telling is that she is paying more. According to what she said, and you didn't refute it, she is paying more than the $700 that she's giving you monthly. So if all of that is assuming that is true, because you didn't say, should get somewhat of a break on the child support, the monthly obligation at least. Health insurance was never ordered for you to reimburse it to him. So what I'll do is just keep it like it is, where you just keep maintaining the health insurance, and you didn't file anything to request that anyway, and you didn't file anything.
Mom details the math. $500 extra every month on top of the $700 child support. That's over $1,200 going out. Judge Vonda notices, pointing out that mom's already exceeding her court order. Dad stays quiet, and that silence is powerful. In court, silence often speaks louder than denial. It can imply agreement. Finally, mom's claims hold legal ground. But this raises a deeper question. Was she proving fairness, or proving she acted outside the court structure? Because in family law, doing extra doesn't erase what's legally required. Her generosity is real, but so are the limits of the law.
Requesting any adjustments to the health insurance. So what we'll do is just decrease your child support to $450, because according to your testimony, you're sending roughly about $500 anyway.
Yes, ma'am.
On Cash App. So we'll just reduce your child support obligation to $450, and you'll have to pay that through graduation, which is another, 6 months or so?
Yes,
something
ma'am.
like that. I think that's fair. I think that's what's in your son's best interest. According to her, she's doing a lot, and she's giving it directly to your son. And unless you have something in writing that can refute that, then I have to.
Then comes the legal hammer drop. Judge Vonda lays it out plainly. Child support ends when the child turns 18 or graduates, whichever comes later. Case closed on that point. But what makes Vonda respected is how she balances law with empathy. She acknowledges mom's extra efforts and decides to lower her payments to $450 until graduation. It's fair, logical, and compassionate. That's what makes this ruling so powerful. It's not just a legal adjustment, it's a moral one too. So tell me, is this justice served, or just a technical fix to a long-standing imbalance?
Assume what she's saying is true.
I have no clue about the Cash App thing. There was no conversation. I don't check his Cash App like that.
Well, I would hope you wouldn't have a conversation with your son about that, because it's really kind of inappropriate, for you all to discuss that. But if he's still enrolled in those activities and those activities are still taking place. He's saying if you know that you're not covering that extra. So that's what it'll be. Your child support will be reduced to $450.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
I'm tired of taking care of his other kids as well.
Huh?
I'm tired of taking care of his whole household.
You
his
don't
family.
know what, now see, you were starting on a good track. Don't come in here and backslide.
Okay.
Just when things seem settled, tension sparks again. Mom mutters, "I'm tired of taking care of his other kids." And instantly, Judge Vonda shuts it down. Don't backslide. That's courtroom command at its finest. One impulsive comment could have soured her win. Vonda knows the power of self-control because one emotional slip can ruin credibility. The judge reminds everyone watching. In court, composure counts more than attitude. You can win the law but lose the moment. Have you ever seen someone talk themselves out of a victory they already had?
Okay?
All right, yes,
You do
ma'am.
not know what go on in his house, and quite frankly, it is none of your business. So is there anything further that you have that pertains to your business?
No, ma'am. That's it. That's it.
Okay, do you have anything further?
I'm just ready for this to be over so I can live happy ever after with my wife and
Well,
my kids.
go ahead and live happy ever after because you all are dismissed.
And just like that, the gavel drops. Child support reduced to $450 until the son graduates. It's not about winners or losers, it's about balance. This wasn't a case of neglect. It was a case of miscommunication, pride, and misunderstanding. Judge Vonda proved once again that the law can be firm without being cold. Her final words, "Go live happy," say it all. Sometimes closure doesn't come from winning, but from letting go. If this moment hit you as hard as it did us, drop a comment, hit that like, and stay tuned for more real courtroom moments where law meets real life.